Fire it up. Let's do your thing here, bud. Nobody's any better at this than you are.
Have fun, take a deep breath.
Give them hell at the end. Good luck to you.
Fight like hell like we do every week. You are the best here. Brett, be affirmative. You told me to get on.
Info. Ready. Ready. Go slow. Green, green, green. Lock it down, lock it down.
I'm destroyed, and I just got drove through like 6 times on the 14th. What the f*** is he thinking? That is the stupidest thing I've seen in my career. Literally.
Everything you described is accurate. Haven't even finished the second stage yet. Half the field's wrecked.
Record. Hell yeah.
11 got it. Proud of you there, Matt. Good job, pal. Thanks, man. Good job all day. Great work, my man. Great work.
Keep putting yourself in position. We'll win our share, right? We got one back today, brother. Good job.
10-4. Great job, guys.
And welcome back to Racing in the Draft. My name is Mark, and yes, I know it's Friday. And this is a special edition pre-qualifying, pre-practice of the Cup Breakdown race from Martinsville for the Xfinity 500. Yes, so I am headed to, sorry about that, the dog. Oh my gosh. Dogs are going nuts. I think people are delivering stuff at the house. So, really special edition. Sorry about that. He'll probably bark again. There he goes again. Alright, so I'm going to the race this weekend, so I'm about ready to head out of town to go to Danville, and then I'll be at both the Xfinity and Cup race. I'll be at practice also. And if the internet lords will let me, I will do a live breakdown either Saturday night, Sunday morning, maybe even from the track on qualifying, practice, and lineups for Sunday's race. But if I don't have great service, don't shoot me too much. But I do appreciate you joining in for this special edition. So we don't have any information about practice or qualifying or any of that. So let's get started. But first, let's head to Miami, or we just left Miami, where, as funny as it was, I think I vaguely remember saying, you know, we haven't had anybody dominate the field very much this year. Well, Kyle Larson changed that completely, leading 199 of the 267 laps. Oh boy, yeah, he dominated that race, and what an exhibition. I mean, he literally ripped the fence the entire race. And I was listening to Door Bumper Clear podcast, and somebody on there said that he probably could have lapped the field. And everybody was like, no. He was a half a second faster than the entire field. 30-second laps? I mean, potentially within 70 or 80 laps, he could have. If that thing had gone green for the entire race, no stage breaks, he would have easily lapped the field. So, but there were some cautions and stuff like that. But either way, Kyle Larson just absolutely put on a show. All right, so optimal lineup, Kyle Larson finishing in first. Austin Dillon, good finish for Austin Dillon, starting 32nd, winding up in fourth. Good job on him. Daniel Suarez in 10th, Martin Truex Jr. Oh man, what a tough break for him on pit road. But it's one of those things, you gotta know your surroundings, and your spotter needs to talk you into your pits a little bit more. But Martin Truex Jr. with a 6th place finish, Brad Kay with a 5th, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. with a 15th. So we had 1 dominator, 3 place differentials, 3 values, and 3 finishing spots with an $800 left on the salary cap. Some other good finishers that didn't fit because of either salary or total points. Ross Chastain and AJ Allmendinger with another top 10. 3rd place for AJ. What a great finish for him. I think that's like the 4th or 5th top 5 for AJ in the last few races. Denny Hamlin expected to do well, finishing 7th. But in our optimal lineup challenge, oh my god, this dog's gonna kill me. Optimal lineup challenge after 34 races, Eric Jones and Ross Chastain still at the top of the heap. Hold on one second. Okay. All right. Eric Jones and Ross Chastain still top of the heap with 11. Chase Elliott right on their tails with 10. And Christopher Bell and Kyle Busch all both with 9. Can anybody single themselves out? I'm not sure how we break the tiebreaker on that. Whew, okay, dogs are outside. Hopefully I'll have peace and quiet for the rest of this video. Sorry about that. That was a little crazy. And that's the problem with going and doing live videos. I thought about doing a pre-recorded one, and maybe I should have. But it takes so long to upload that it would have cost me another hour from leaving, and I needed to leave about 45 minutes ago. But either way, let's get through with this. All right, we are headed to Martinsville. At least I am. And the Cup drivers, and probably 60,000 plus of my friends. All right, Martinsville Speedway. It is a short, flat, very flat track. 0.526 miles in length, 12 degrees in the corners, concrete through the corners that will rubber up hopefully very nicely, where it did not in the spring race. And pavement up high and down the front and backstretch. 500 total laps for this race. Dominator points will be an absolute today, or for Sunday. 350 total Dominator points, coming from 125 of laps led and 225 of fast laps. Yeah, Dominators, we are going to be at least in the hunt for 2 Dominators. So really trying to figure out those top 2 are going to be very, very important, and we won't know a whole lot of information on how this track is running and how much passing there will or won't be until we get to see them tomorrow during practice. And that will give a much better indication on if this track and this car setup and tire setup are going to be better than in the spring. Gosh, I hope so. At least the weather's going to be warmer. It still potentially could be wet, though. They have rain at least for Sunday now and a little bit on Monday. So hopefully that either comes through late Sunday or gets through by Sunday. But Sunday might end up being a wash. Cross my fingers it's not, because I can stay for an extra day. But I'd really prefer to get that knocked out and get back home. So either way, weather might be tricky. Track comparisons that I used for my algorithms is Phoenix, Nashville, Gateway, New Hampshire, and I also used a little bit of New Hampshire because it's flat. But those are the most similar tracks. Oh yeah, Richmond and Bristol because they're short, but not as much. There's a little bit more banking. I mean, all these tracks are just uniquely a little bit different, which is kind of cool, but it does give us some ability to compare and see where these guys run on shorter tracks when they're running a little bit close together. All right, the reason you came, let's break these drivers down and see what they've done in the past and potentially what they might do in the future. Kyle Larson, 11,700. So I usually break this down. So this is the driver, his pricing on Draftkings. Usually have a starting spot, but they have not qualified yet, so that's a big question mark. They practice Saturday at noon, so you want to make sure you at least take a glimpse at what they did in practice. And then here is their past 5 races. Well, Kyle Larson only had 3 because he was not here for 2020 season. So 3 starts. Oh my God, I think my dogs are killing something outside. Kyle Larson does not have a win here at Martinsville. He does have 1 top 5, 1 top 10, 3 top 20s, a 42.3 DraftKings average in those 3 races, so spring 21, fall 21, and spring of 22, and a 12.7 average finish. Kyle Larson finished 19th in this race in the spring. He has 15 total I gotta go check on the dogs. I'll be right back. Don't do it. Guess there's another dog out there. I don't know. All right. Where was I? 15. So this is the total history at Martinsville. 15 total races here at Martinsville for Kyle Larson with 2 top 5s, 3 top 10s, 9 top 20s. Next in line, Denny Hamlin, 11,400. Oh yeah, forgot to say, up here in the left corner is the power ranking. So it takes into account their last 3 races, or his last 3 races, or their last 5 races. And the comparison tracks, and would have practice or qualifying, but since those are zeroed out, that does not get figured in. So this is pre-qualifying power rankings. Kyle Larson at a 2, Denny Hamlin at a 5. But Denny Hamlin, 11,400. I'm out of breath. I'm running after the dogs. In the last 5 races at Martinsville, Denny Hamlin, who is typically really good at Martinsville, this is kind of surprising, with only 1 top 10, 1 top 5, 2 top 20s, a 49.6 Draftkings average, which isn't bad, and an 18.0 average finish, which is not great for Denny Hamlin at his almost his hometown track, just right down the road. He finished 28th here in the spring. The Toyotas were not good here in the spring. Now, they have done testing and all sorts of things, and that was a long time ago. So, hopefully, Denny Hamlin has figured it out. As we can see, his total history here at Martinsville, 33 total starts with 5 wins, 15 top 5s, 22 top 10s, and 25 of 33 top 20s. Next in line here, Chase Elliott. Both Denny and Chase are still hunting for that elusive win to get themselves into the Final Four, but both of them are right inside the points battle, so that should be interesting with them also. 11,200. 4 total. Chase Elliott is 4th on the power ranking. He does have a win here in the last 5 races with 3 top 5s, 4 top 10s, 5 top 20s. A 100.7 DraftKings average. So he leads everyone in the DraftKings average points. So that should lead you to believe that he should be one of the top drivers and somebody to watch out for. But as of late, Chase Elliott has not been the Chase Elliott of the summer. So keep that in mind. Let's see what happens during practice and qualifying with Chase Elliott. If you're just joining in, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Hit me up in the chat. More than happy to try to answer anything that you got. But this is a pre-qualifying, pre-practice breakdown for Martinsville. And I'll try to do a live video from the track on Sunday to break down after post-qualifying and practice. But Chase Elliott has a 6.8 average finish, which is almost best, but he's 3rd best in average finish. He finished 10th here in the spring race after leading almost half of the race. 14 total starts with 1 win, 5 top 5s, 8 top 10s, and 10 top 20s. All right, next in line here, William Byron, 10,800. William Byron is the winner from the spring race, which was boring and cold. But with that one win, he does have 3 top 5s, 4 top 10s, and 4 top 20s. So pretty good stats for William Byron. A 55.2 DraftKings average. A 10.6 average finish. He did finish first here in the spring race. 9 total starts for William Byron. With that one win, 4 top 5s, 5 top 10s, and 6 top 20s. So William Byron's pretty good here at this track. Ryan Blaney, 10,400. In the last 5 races here at Martinsville, he has 3 top 5s, 3 top 10s, 5 top 20s, a 64.8 DraftKings average, and a 6th place average finish. Second best of the drivers. He finished 4th here in the spring. Ryan Blaney is kind of in a must-win situation where I think Chase Elliott and Denny Hamlin can point their way in. Where I think Ryan Blaney is just right on that edge of where he's going to need to potentially win to advance. I think he could probably finish second as long as he gets really good stage points in the first and second stage. But it's going to be tough. But he finished 4th here in the spring. 13 total starts with 6 top 5s, 7 top 10s, and 11 top 20s. All right, next grouping here, we've got Joey Logano at $10,000. Number 1 on the power ranking. 3 top 5s in the last 5 races. All 5 of those races he's finished in the top 10. A 63.3 DraftKings average and a 5.0, which is the best in the field average finish for those last 5 races here at Martinsville. He finished 2nd here in the spring race. 27 total starts here at Martinsville. 1 of those was a win, along with 9 top 5s, 14 top 10s, and 21 out of 27 top 20s. Joe Logano is also very, very good here. Hence the reason he's got the number 1 power ranking going into practice and qualifying. Ross Chastain, 9,700, 10th on the power ranking. And he has 3 starts here in the Cup Series with 1 top 5, 1 top 10, 2 top 20s, a 39.1 DraftKings average, and a 16.3 average finish. Usually, I can't remember what his name is, but he always asks, who do I pick? Without seeing qualifying or practice, I'm going to say probably either the top 3 picks would be Joey Logano, Chase Elliott, or Denny Hamlin, with a potential of a Ryan Blaney. Those are my 4. William Byron was really good here though in the spring, so that would be an outside. So that would be my top 5 potential wins. So if that comes up as a question, if you're viewing this after I finish the live, I do appreciate it, and I'll break it down again hopefully after practice and qualifying. Ross Chastain finished 5th here in the spring race. 7 total starts with 1 top 10, 1 top 5, and 2 top 20s. Martin Truex Jr., which has the probably second best winning average next to Denny Hamlin, is 9,500. He does have 2 wins out of the last 5 races here at Martinsville. 3 top 5s, 3 top 10s, 3 top 20s, a 51.3 DraftKings average, and 11.5 average finish. His average finish was dragged down a lot with that 22nd place finish in the spring, where Toyotas were just not good. 33 total starts, 3 wins, 9 top 5s, 14 top 10s, and 19 top 20s. Christopher Bell, he is in an absolute must-win situation to make it to the round of 4. Let's look at his stats. He's $9,300. He does not have a top 5 in his 5 races that he's raced here. 1 top 10, 4 top 20s, a 28.0 DraftKings average, and a 17.4 average finish. Yeah, it's going to be tough for Christopher Bell to try to win this race. He's just, all these guys are capable of winning the race, don't get me wrong. But if we're going off of history and off of stats, Christopher Bell's a real long shot to win this thing. So take that for what it is. Let's see what they do in practice and qualifying. Maybe Christopher Bell can be somebody who moves up in the rankings. Next line here, Kyle Busch. Oh, the M&M's candy car's almost gone. This will be the last spooky car we have from M&M's. Oh well, 8,900 in the last 5 races here at Martinsville. Only 1 top 5, 4 top 10s. Pretty good. 20 top 5. So all the times he's finished in the top 20 in the last 5 races. Pretty good. 38.4 DraftKings average and a 9.4 average finish. He did finish 7th here in the spring race. I think he was the best finishing Toyota of that race. 34 total starts. He does have 2 wins, for his career here. 16 top 5s, 20 top 10s, and 26 out of 34 top 20s. All right, next in line here, the Boosh car. Kevin Harvick, $8,700. I do like all the Halloween-themed schemes on the cars this week. It's going to be pretty cool. All right, in the last 5 races, though, Martinsville, no top 5s, 1 top 10, 5 top 20s, a 27.7 Draftkings average, and a 13.4 average finish. Be interesting to see what he does in practice and qualifying to help improve that or make it worse. Finished 14th here in the spring race. 42 total starts. He does have 1 win. 5 top 5s, 19 top 20s, and 32 out of 42 top 20s. So not bad. But recently, and that's kind of what we look at. What have you done for me lately? Not great for Kevin Harvick. Tyler Reddick, 8,400. 13th on the ranking system. No top 5s at all for Tyler Reddick in his 5 total starts. 1 top 10, though. 4 top 20s. Not bad. But Tyler Reddick's just... If there's a Achilles heel for Tyler Reddick, it's short tracks. He was awful at Richmond. He finished 18th here at the spring race. This style track just does not suit Tyler Reddick very well. But that can change. Let's see what he does in practice and qualifying, and maybe he can move his ranking up a little bit. Next in line, Daniel Suarez, 8,200. Kind of the same boat as Tyler Reddick. Daniel Suarez just is not the best here at this track or really at short tracks in general. He doesn't have a top 20. He's got a 28.6 average finish, 15.0 on DraftKings average. He finished 29th in the spring race. I mean, as a total career here, he does have 2 top 10s and 4 top 20s, but that's when he was racing in a Toyota and in Gibbs. So maybe, but I mean, he's never had a top 5 finish in 11 total starts. So Daniel Suarez is going to have to do something really special in practice and qualifying for me to be potentially interested or start dead last. Chase Briscoe, $8,000, 25th on the rankings. Kind of in the same boat, even though he raced really well at Richmond and Phoenix, which are similar types of tracks. 3 total starts, 1 top 10, 27.3 DraftKings average, a 19.3 average finish. He's got to win to get into the next round, which, I mean, I guess is always possible. He did finish 9th here in the spring. I don't know. The problem is we don't have a whole lot of stats on Chase Briscoe here at Martinsville. So we'll see what he does in practice and qualifying, and we will revisit it on Sunday. Bubba Wallace, 7,900. He does have a win here in the trucks, but as far as Cup goes, he's never finished inside the top 10. And I'm going to be real interested to see the reaction from the crowd for Bubba Wallace on Sunday. That's going to be intriguing. I mean, the guys at Door Bumper Clear on their podcast today were like, that might be the loudest boos that we ever hear for a driver, other than maybe a Kyle Busch. But yeah, Bubba Wallace has got an uphill battle to go. He can do it. He's got to get back on the track and get this year done and get it passed. And time does heal, so you can always you can ask the guy that he tangled with, Kyle Larson. Time does heal, and wins will help. So hopefully Bubba Wallace can turn his career back around and head back down the right track. All right, 7,900. Like I said, he's only got 3 top 20s in the 5 of the last races and only 5 total top 20s. 17.8 average finish, 16th in the spring race. He's won here in a truck, but that was a long time ago. And as we can see, Bubba's not great here. So we'll see what happens in practice and qualifying. But I don't have a whole lot of hopes for Bubba Wallace this weekend. All right, AJ Allmendinger, same case here with AJ, who's been on just a awesome roll. I mean, forgot to look, 4 or 5 of the last races he's finished in the top 10, and been a challenger for wins. 7,700. In the last 5 races, he only got 1 start, and that was in the spring. He finished 24th. 22 total starts. He's only got 1 or 2 top 5s and 7 top 10s, 13 top 20s. Yeah, this is a tough track for AJ, and maybe he'll start to figure it out. But he can't even really lean on his teammate Justin Haley, because Justin Haley's not that great here either. But somebody who is not bad here, Austin Dillon, 7,600, 14th on the ranking system. He's got 1 top 5, 1 top 10, 3 top 20s in the last 5 races here. He's got an 18th place average finish. But he did finish 3rd here in the spring. Austin Dillon's okay here at Martinsville. The problem is he doesn't really practice or qualify very well, and then he ends up being there at the end. I mean, he qualified 32nd or something in the race for Miami last week, and then ended up finishing 3rd or 4th. So yeah, Austin Dillon's kind of sneaky towards the end. He's just quietly gets himself up there. So we'll see where he practices and qualifies and revisit on Sunday. Brad K, 7,500, who typically is very good here. Of course, everybody and their mother wants to text me. My wife, nope. Trying to do live video. All right, Brad K, 7,500. Yeah. Sunday mornings, Sunday afternoons are quiet. Everybody knows to leave me alone. But either way, Brad K, 7,500, 9th on the ranking system. Brad K's been really good here. He's got 2 wins in his total career with 11 top 5s. And the last 5 races, he's got 3 top 5s, 3 top 10s, and 4 top 20s. And even being in that new Roush Fenway Keselowski car, he finished 17th in the spring. 12th place average finish. And he's really gotten much better as the year has progressed. We'll see where Brad K practices and qualifies. I almost want him to practice in the teens, and then qualify like 20th. That way I can have some ownership of Brad, because I think Brad could actually get himself a top 10 this weekend. So be something to kind of watch this weekend and see who practices and qualifies. Noah Gragson filling in for Alex Bowman for the last time, because Alex will be back. He has been cleared by NASCAR. They could have potentially put him in the car this weekend, but since everything was set, the car was already gone and already on its way to Martinsville, they just felt, hey, let's give Alex one more week to really heal up and get ready for the Phoenix race. So glad Alex is going to be back with us next week. And Noah Gragson will be able to focus and concentrate solely on the Phoenix race for his potential Xfinity championship. But Noah Gragson, 7,300 here. He's pretty good in the Xfinity series. So I expect Noah to be okay here. It'll be interesting to see how he practices and qualifies. Noah's kind of good everywhere he goes. It'll be interesting to see how he does in this car, because there's a lot of shifting. And Noah's not really used to having to do that. So that, between him and Ty Dillon, that could throw things for a curve. So we'll have to kind of keep an eye on Noah Gragson practice and qualifying. Austin Cindric, 7,100, has only 1 race to his record here in the Cup Series, where he finished 11th in the spring. So we'll see where Austin Cindric practices and qualifies. But not in the chase, so all he's got to do is go out for W's. Okay, next set of grouping here. Eric Almirola, $7,000. Eric is sneaky good at short tracks. He's not the best here at Martinsville, but he's pretty good. So it'll be very interesting to see where Eric Almirola practices and qualifies. But in the last 5 races here, he's got 3 top 10s, 4 top 20s, and 14.8 average finish. That's pretty good. He's only finished in the top 5 once, though. So if he qualifies really, really well, it might be fading off of Eric. But if he qualifies 18, 20, 22, somewhere in there, Eric Almirola may be shoo-in for the optimal lineup. But we'll see how he does in practice and qualifying, and how the car is set up and how things are going. But Eric Almirola is sneaky good at short tracks. Just keep that in mind. Chris Buescher, 6,900. He's pretty good here at Martinsville. Does not have a top 5, but in the last 5 races, he does have 1 top 10, 4 top 20s. I mean, for 6,900, that's kind of where we're kind of looking for these Eric Almirolas, Chris Bueschers to kind of give us a little bit of salary relief. He finished 15th here in the spring race. Chris Buescher may end up being somebody we could take a look at. Same thing with Eric Jones. Eric Jones is typically very good here at Martinsville. In the last 5 races, 1 top 5, 1 top 10, 3 top 20s, a 17th place average finish. He finished 13th here in the spring. Not bad. Michael McDowell, 6,500. Yeah, Michael's not good at short tracks. He's gotten much better at mile and a half, super speedways, and road courses. But he is a little bit lacking on short tracks. And more people are coming into the house. Cole Custer, 6,300. 28th on the ranking systems, and in the last 5 races here at Martinsville, 2 top 20s, a 21.3 Draftkings average, a 20.8 average finish. He finished 21st here in the spring race. All right, Ty Gibbs. Kind of the same thing with Noah Gragson. We don't have a whole lot of information because this will be the first time that he is having to run this car at Martinsville. Ty Gibbs, I don't know. There's a lot of shifting that he's going to have to do here. And I just don't know how adjusted he's going to be to having to do that for 1,000 times. Yeah, I mean, they're shifting in every corner, and they're 500 laps, so it's 1,000 shifts in a race. That's insane. I know they've been trying to fix it to where they can just run 4th gear, but they haven't figured it out yet, so they got to figure that out for next year. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. next in line here. Happy belated wedding. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. I think got married yesterday. So congratulations to the Stenhouses. 5,900. 29th on the ranking systems, but in the last 5 races, he does have 3 top 20s. He does not have a top 5 in his total 19 total starts, but has 2 top 10s. 27th place finish here in the spring with a 20.4 average finish. Justin Haley, we talked about him just a few minutes ago, that, he can't really help out AJ Allmendinger a whole lot because he's not that great here either. 25.8 average finish over the last 5 races, finished 31st here in the spring, but Justin Haley has been performing much better over the last 4, 5, 6 races, so we'll see where Justin Haley's practicing and qualifying. All right, next in line, Harrison Burton. Grew up right down the road, raced here a lot in all sorts of different cars. Has won an Xfinity race here. He is the youngest winner of the Xfinity Series here. I did hear that this week. 5,500. Finished 26th here in the spring race. Don't have much more details on Harrison, so we'll see how Harrison does in practice and qualifying. Ty Dillon, 5,300. 20.3 average finish. Only 1 top 20 in the last 3 starts. 23rd place finish here in the spring. It depends on where he practices and qualifying. Some other Ty Dillon would be somebody to look at. But pretty cool paint scheme with the Space Force. So be interesting to see that one on track. It's the first time they've run that paint scheme. And Corey LaJoie, 5,100, has got 1 top 20 in the last 5 races here with a 26.6 average finish and finished 32nd here in the spring. I mean, all these guys, it's going to be all about practice and qualifying and where they qualify. Landon Castle, the real stats, out of 19 total starts, he's only got 3 top 20s, and I just don't think they've got the engineering underneath that car that Landon's going to need. But we'll see what practice and qualifying looks. Todd Gillen, same thing. He finished 30th here in the spring. He's got a -8 in that spring race in Draftkings. So it depends on where Todd Gillen practices and qualifies, but those stats are not great. And pretty much down here, I'm not interested in Cody Ware, JJ Yaley, or BJ McLeod. Optimal lineups from the past 4 races here at Martinsville in the spring was an interesting race, but as we see, we had 2 dominators, 3 place differentials, 2 value guys. And that's kind of something we'll see. The value guys, $7,500 or less, you only really need to be looking at 2 of them. Seems like the bulk of the points are coming from either your dominator, which, I mean, as you can see, 11,200 for Chase Elliott, 10,100 for Chase Elliott in the fall race. But a lot of the points really came from kind of that sweet spot of 7,500 to about 8,500, 9,000. But your top ones, your Chase Elliott, your Denny Hamlins, Willie B, really dominated races. It'll be interesting to see if we have true dominators here, which I think we will. Like I said, I think we need to target at least 1, if not 2. Denny Hamlin dominated the spring race, 276 laps. We had one dominator, 2 place differentials, 2 values, 2 finishes. $0 left here, $0 left here for the fall race, $0 left here, $200 left. That has been fairly consistent over the many years that I've been doing Martinsville, is you typically will spend almost all your money. Don't want to leave a whole lot of money left on the table here at Martinsville. I don't know why that is, but it is a trend, and I thought I'd point it out. But here, once again, for the spring race last year, 1 dominator, 2 place differentials, 2 values, 2 finishes. Very similar here. 1 dominator, 1 place differential, 3 values, 3 finishes. We're really only targeting 2 place differentials, 2 dominators, and then just 2 guys that fit. And I'm not really, finishing spots, but they're not finishing top 5 necessarily. I mean, they're finishing 7th and 11th, 3rd, and then you had a 14, 16, and 19 finishings here. We had 3 in the top 5, but then you had a 10th, a 13th, a 23rd. Down here was pretty much everybody in the top 10. But either way, hit me up in the chat. Hit that like and subscribe button. I'm about ready to hit the road. Head to Danville. Be at Martinsville tomorrow for practice and qualifying and the Xfinity race. And then I'll be at the race on Sunday. But as long as the internet gods allow me, I will be live to do a driver-by-driver breakdown post-qualifying and practice. So, just wanted to get this video out there with all the graphics, because I don't think I'd probably have to do it from my cell phone. So that's going to be interesting. I'm going to have like note cards or something. I don't know how to do this. But we'll give it a shot. They always say fail forward. I failed forward today big time with the dogs being nutty today. So thanks for bearing with me if you happen to. If not, go back and listen to it. It was quite a fiasco here at my house. Either way, I appreciate it. I'm hitting the road. Have fun this weekend, guys. Hopefully it doesn't rain. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.
Get a good deep breath. Get ready to roll here. Only about one thing tonight, getting the W's, so got to be around at the end to do that. Get ready to roll tonight, boys. Let's go have some fun.
Don't get me any more fired up than I already am.
All the way to the checkered. You're fine. Nobody's got to run. Checker time, baby!
Hell yeah!
Proud of you there, Matt. Good job, pal. Thanks, man. Good job all day.
Great work, my man. Great work.
Keep putting yourself in position. We'll win our share, right? We got one back today, brother. Good job.
10-4, great job, guys.
Excellent work, my man. Excellent work. Thank you.
Man, that's awesome. Set out with a goal, we got it here, bud. Thank you very much.
Really proud of you, man. Drove your butt off tonight. We had the fastest car here, bud.
Probably killed our deal there. Just feel like I gave one away. Yeah, boys! Way to rebound! Great job!
Great job, bud. Really good job. Appreciate you hanging in there with us all weekend.
What a weekend. Good job. Thank you.